G'day guys, Charlie here. Okay, so my mic's working this fucking time before it was fucking up. Okay, so a lot of shit has been going down with Dunkey, I guess, and his banning. I haven't really been following it. I've only read 2 posts on Reddit or something about it, and I've watched 20 minutes of this video. 2 minutes of this video, of this 7.5 minute video of his, saying he's done with League. My personal opinion of him, I don't really find him funny. His humour just doesn't really do anything for me. It's the best way for me to describe it is it's simple humour, I guess, where he kind of just shouts stupid shit and somehow people find it funny. I mean, each to their own, but it's not me. So anyway, I've seen about 2 minutes of this video and I just want to break it down because it is related to a lot of, I guess, things that I'm passionate about. More so just the moral aspect of League, the way you should, well, not you should be playing it, but the logic behind playing video games. So I'll just start playing it and then I'll pause it and talk about it, talk about his points.
I'm done making League of Legends videos. I'm sorry to my fans that only watch my League videos, but please go watch my other videos. I put so much work into them, and they're honestly way better. I came to this decision when I was playing ranked for my new video where I was gonna get diamond.
Okay, this first thing here, you got Riven support ADC Orianna and jungle Darius. So most people would be like, what the fuck, and just get angry, but shit, the part about playing League is you've got to be able to adapt. You look at competitive, it changes so often, the meta changes so often that the best players are the ones that it can adapt really quickly, and that's just logic. So being able to adapt to these kind of scenarios should make you a better player, and if you can't adapt to it, it's good to be put in these situations so you can learn from it. You don't get angry that you've got these players playing these champs in these roles, because it's more of a learning experience. Every experience is a learning experience, no matter what situation you put in. If you put in, a 4v5 where someone DCs, it's still a learning experience, because if you're ADC and your support DCs and you have to 2v1, you're learning how to 2v1. You're learning how to play passive when you're down. That's something to learn. I don't get pissed off if, someone rages and DCs, if they're if I know the person, the bottom, what is it, at champ select, the person at the bottom calls ADC and then I'm at the top and I pick ADC and then he gets all ragey and goes support and then just AFKs. I don't get angry about that. It's more just oh well, he's not playing a game, I am. I enjoy playing League. Playing League is fun for me, no matter what situation I'm in. If I'm 0-20-0, I'm still having fun. The game is fun. And if you can't have fun like that, why are you playing? There are people who basically get angry when they're purely losing or when they're down. And it's you've got a 50% chance of losing, roughly, give or take about 10% either way, just based on the elo system, the way the elo system works. You've got a 50% chance of losing. That means you've got a 50% chance of getting angry while playing League of Legends. Why are you playing? I don't understand that. Anyway, I'll continue.
Somehow we actually won this match, and then I was 2 points shy of a series when I encountered this player. This Malphite would just run down everybody's lane and feed kills until he was 0-9. We also had a Bard mid. We also had that going, and it was at this time that I called this Malphite a fucking worthless, brain-dead, scum-fuck bastard, pile of trash, mental dick face that should be gunned down in the street like the degenerate he is.
Banned from League of Legends. That is valid. I mean, if you're going to be a dick and out yourself as a dick, you're gonna get banned. Doesn't matter what the other person is doing, you're gonna get banned. It's like if a serial killer goes out and kills 20 people, and then you start clapping for him and giving him awards, and then people start hating on you, expect it, you know? If people are doing something you don't like, well, no, that's probably not the best way. But you know what I mean? It's just like, you're just being as a big a dick as the guy that's, you know, feeding. You just got to kind of ignore it. It's kind of like, I don't know, just ignore that shit. Why are you getting upset over people doing that? You're not playing his champion. You're not doing that stuff, so why are you getting angry? You just worry about your champion and you playing? I don't know, I just don't understand people getting angry at other people playing games. Like, it's a really confusing one for me to explain, because it seems like, you know, when people pick, you know, Orianna ADC and shit like that, you know, or like, I don't know, Riven Jungle that with no smite, it's just like, I'm not that champion, like, I'm not having a shit time trying to clear camps as Riven with no smite, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna, you know, play OF top and just have fun, like, I won't worry about the other guy's fun, like, just don't let other people's, don't let other people kind of control your fun. Like, basically, you getting angry at this guy from playing is letting him control your fun. Like, don't let that happen. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
Now, there is so much wrong with this. First, why am I being banned for talking shit in a video game?
Why? Because you're talking shit in a video game. Like, people already know that this community is super toxic. They're trying to weed out the people who are super toxic. If you're going to be super toxic, then you're going to be weeded out. It's kind of logic, you know? There are many things that people do in a video game that the owner or the creator of the video game doesn't like. And if they don't like a certain thing, they will remove you from the game. Like, they created it, they own it, you know? So they can control who uses it. And if you're going to get angry because you don't follow their rules and then they stop you from playing, then that's on you. That's on you. I mean, it's like, I don't know, if you sign up to a bank and then you fucking withdraw shit tons of money and go into overdraft and then just have no intention of paying it back, and then you get thrown in prison and you're like, why am I getting thrown in prison? There are people who, you know, rob banks and shoot people. It's just like, you're just as bad. Like,
I can understand being banned for cheating, or going AFK a bunch of times, or picking Orianna AD carry.
Picking Orianna AD carry is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. Like, playing champions that aren't I guess, meta, or that, you know, in a role that they're supposed to. I mean, look, you look at Annie. Annie was supposed to be an AP mid, you know, like a bursting champion. People started trying it out, playing it in support. Oh wow, you know, now everyone plays it, you know? And it's kind of like, you might as well try new things. Not only does that keep the game fresh for you, it keeps it fresh for everyone else, because they have to adapt to these things, which is kind of, you know, good for the game, keeping the game fresh, as well as, fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, fuck. Oh, well, I'll think of it soon. But yeah, keeping the game fresh is fucking, that's what the developers want. Oh, and the thing about champions and items is it allows you to personalize the way you play. You know, it's like when people play MMOs, you know, they pick a certain race, a certain, you know, I guess job is what you call it, you know, and you pick, you know, certain weapons and specifying certain things. I mean, that's why Path of Exile is so big, because you can personalize your character to ridiculous amounts. People love being able to personalize and play to their playstyle and play that they want to play. And if you're going to try and control that, then you're the one that's in the wrong, because they created all these champs and they created all these items to allow freedom, to allow people to play what they want. And if you don't like that, that's on you. Again, that is on you.
Or feeding on purpose, but talking shit to some guy that is a total dumbass? What is this?
You just called him a dumbass. Dumbass. You just insulted him, even when you're trying to defend yourself, which is kind of why you got banned. Like, you're still insulting him after you're banned and saying you shouldn't be banned, or saying the ban was not worthy, when you're kind of just shit talking still. I mean, you're not helping your case, because the reason you were banned was for being toxic. Talking shit and putting people down is what toxic is. Toxic isn't playing non-meta champions. If you go into a game, you know, playing, I don't know, fucking AP Gangplank. If you go into a game playing AP Gangplank, whether it's normals, whether it's ranked, whether it's ARAM, and you're there to have fun, then what's the problem? The person playing AP Gangplank is having fun. Sure, he might not do much in team fights. Sure, he might not do much damage, but he's having fun, you know? And why should he control everyone else's fun? You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I get, you know, people who DC in games, I still have fun. Maybe I just have a different mentality than anyone else, because I don't know, enjoy video games rather than playing it to try and be the best, and I guess understanding other people's mentality and not being able to showcase you being your best. I don't know. Oh fuck, I don't understand.
Fucking pussy ass baby preschool time? Talking shit.
What's going on about?
Probably one of the only fun parts of this boring ass game. I might as well just play the bots if you want people to act like robots.
Well, if you're saying the game was boring, why did you stop playing as soon as you got banned? If you found it boring and you're still playing it, I don't understand why you're complaining about being banned. It basically, the banning helped you, I don't know, follow your thoughts, because you think it's boring but you kept playing. So I don't know, maybe it's an addiction and the ban helped you realize your addiction, because you find it super boring. But addiction, you enjoy addiction. I don't understand. If he finds it boring, why is he still playing up until the point where he can't play anymore? Where he's not allowed to play anymore? Don't get it.
That's right. I wonder if they understand that the root of toxicity is the game. It's just not fun and it pisses people off.
Well, he's saying that objectively, but it's subjective. I find the game ridiculously fun. It's probably one of the most fun games I've played in... Well, yeah, one of the most fun games I've played ever. Team Fortress is up there, but League is... I don't know, League and Team Fortress are quite equal, to be honest. I mean, nowadays League surpasses it, but that's beside the point. But he's saying it like it is unfun. It is not unfun. I mean, I don't think it'd be the most played game if people found it unfun. You're basically just salty and complaining and finding things to poke at because you got banned. That's what it looks like. Because you really haven't, I don't know, helped your case so far. You've just been talking a whole bunch of shit. Because it's the most played game in the world. People don't go, oh, this thing's boring, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, people have the opposite reaction. If they find it boring, they stop playing. Then why is it the most played game in the world? Because it's fun. You're just upset, man. You're just upset. Now, fucking hell. Did I just do that? We'll get back there. We'll get back there. There we are.
A game to play with your friends. As of today, Dan, that the root of toxicity is the game. It's just not fun and it pisses people off. Let me be serious here. League of Legends doesn't work as a competitive game or a fun party game to play with your friends. As of today, I have more than 8,000 matches.
It's not a fun party game. Well, I wouldn't call it a party game, but it's a fun game. I mean, I think I've probably only had one game where I've found it unfun, and that was because I had real life stress and I was just like, fuck this. Other than that, I've enjoyed this game every single time I've played it. Every single time. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way as well. Because, as I said, the most played game.
Just played on this game, so I have some legitimate grounds to review the game on.
No, not really. Just because you play it a lot doesn't mean you can critique it correctly. Just because, you know, I don't know, a mentally disabled guy, you know, sits in a fucking, I don't know, science class 18 hours a day, doesn't mean he's a fucking scientist, or doesn't mean he knows anything about, you know, science. Because you clearly don't understand logic. You're just kind of, you're literally, you're more emotional than logical right now, because you're just so pissed off about what has happened. Because you feel like you've been wrong done by just because you've got away with it for so long. Because you've made all these videos about insulting people and, you know, basically shaming them for either having a bad game, for playing how they want to, or you're just being a dick.
Landing phase. The other guy sits under his turret and farms creeps for 20 minutes. Then the rest of the game is both teams walking around the map, accomplishing nothing until some dumbass gets caught.
Well, obviously you don't find that fun. Some people find that fun. You know? Just because you don't find something fun doesn't mean it's objectively... I mean, if you find something that's unfun, doesn't mean it's objectively unfun. It just means you don't find it fun. Just like, let's say, top lane. I don't find top lane fun. You know, it doesn't mean top lane is unfun indefinitely. It just means I don't like top lane. So just because you don't like farming for 20 minutes and then walking around the map doesn't mean other people don't like that. There we go. That was easily shut down.
Every match in a nutshell. The death timers are too short. The bounty system punishes you for doing good. The turrets are fucking annoying. The rank system doesn't work at all. Most of this is just the game constantly inhibiting how good you can actually do. In any great competitive video game, there are so many techniques and opportunities for a great player to just whoop some ass. In League, you don't really have those options. And because this game wants to cater to the biggest audience possible to make the most money, like Call of Duty, it's just going to stay that way forever.
Well, hold on, I just want to revisit that one, because he said a lot there.
This game wants to cater to the biggest audience possible to make the most money, like Call of Duty.
Yeah, okay, so basically that's what a business does. They make money, because the reason they make money is to keep the project going. They're keeping League of Legends going. And to cater to the biggest audience means you've got a huge player base, which means, queue times are, 2 minutes, 1 minute. You go to some other, games, queue times can be 4 minutes, 5 minutes, because they're searching for players. You can go to pretty much any region and you have a quick queue timer. Why? Because it's the most played game in the world. Having a huge player base isn't a bad thing. That's probably better, because nowadays you've got Reddit, where a lot of people critique certain things. And not only that, the staff are active on there. They read what people post, and they take into account what people say about certain champs, about, because, excuse me, the people, I guess the staff at Riot, they're not professionals at those certain roles, you know. They're not, you know, ribbon mains, you know. So when they go, oh, you know, when a ribbon man goes, yeah, Riven is ridiculous OP, blah blah blah, you know, and says all this shit, and they go, oh, okay, maybe we'll put some tweaks in, and stuff like that. And having a huge player base allows people to be able to, I guess, mass critique the game and almost refine or define the meta or the game, which isn't a bad thing.
It's just going to stay that way forever. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with my League videos. Even though my appreciation for this game is waning all the time, and I want to hit you guys with all these different kinds of videos, I've stuck with it because I know my fans want to see me play League. Now, I know some of you out there like, but what about the pro players? Now, please understand this. Pro League of Legends has absolutely nothing to do with real League of Legends. The pros are in matches where all 10 guys are amazing at the game. In real League of Legends, there's going to be 3 decent guys and 7 retards.
Yeah, that's kind of expected. Well, I wouldn't say put it word like that, but not everyone is going to be gods at the game when you go into a game. Because if that happened, if everyone was exactly the same skill level, then it would be constant draws. No one would win. Because everyone would be the exact same skill level. There are going to be some people who are better than the others. There are going to be some people who are randomly put on one team and some people are randomly going to put on the other, and there's going to be more good players on that side than that side. Doesn't mean the people who, I guess, are bad are actually bad. It just means those other people are better, you know? Sure, you could say, oh, you know, you're missing CS because you're bad, but then you could go to, you know, competitive league, and, you know, fucking LCS players could look at challenger people and say, you're bad because you're not as good as me. No, challenger people are fucking good. I guess it's all a matter of perspective. But yeah, you're not going to have perfect teams. And I mean, I'm guessing what you're wanting is to be queued up with 5 other people facing 5 other shit people so you can always win. Because it seems like fun factor for you is winning, which to me isn't. I mean, that's okay for you if fun is defined by if you win or not, but if that's the case, then play bots, because you have a high chance of winning playing bots. But then if you go, oh, you know, I like facing other people because, you know, bots are too predictable, well, then you're stuck in a fucking predicament, aren't you? Because you can only be happy if you win, but then you don't want to play bots because there's that predictability. That's where you go into 5 versus 5, because it is unpredictable. You don't know if you're going to win or not. You don't know if you're going to, you know, stomp the game or not. That's a part of League. You're not going to win 100. Like, look at Sneaky's stats. Has he won 100% of the time? No, he doesn't have a 100% win rate. He is closer to maybe to 50 or 60, maybe 40. I don't know. I haven't checked. But he doesn't have a 100% win rate. Does that mean everyone he's faced is a shitter? No, it doesn't. Does it mean does it mean everyone he's beaten is a shitter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. It just means he was better on the day. He had better champs league. There's a lot of things that come into making you, I don't know, a decent player. And you're not going to play perfect every single time, and that applies to everyone. No one's going to play perfect 100% of the time. Look at Faker, he's died before. Does that mean, you know, he was a retard? No. It just means the other person outplayed him. Or maybe he messed up. Doesn't make him a retard. He just messed up.
At its best, League is just something to play in the background while you talk to your friends, but a lot of the time it's either too frustrating or monotonous. If my friends actually get into it and try to win, they'll just get mad at each other and start yelling and get into an argument. But most of the time people just keep alt-tabbing out of the game and pay very little attention to the actual game, you know. It just engaging. And then,
well, why are you playing if you're not really engaged in the game? The reason you know, queue up so you can play a 30-minute, 40-minute game is because you're fully engaged. You're going to be engaged for that whole 20 minutes, whole 30 minutes, whatever it is. So I don't know why you're even playing if you know you're not going to be fully engaged. Play a different game. And if you can't find another game, don't play games, I guess. Like, shit. Get a hobby.
the match stretches into the 40, 50-minute mark, and nobody cares at all at that point. The matches just go on for way too long.
Well, see, you're saying it objectively, but apparently it's just you and your friends. So obviously you and your friends need to find a different game that you all find enjoyable. You're taking it out on the game like it's the game's fault, when it's your fault. You guys don't enjoy the game. You guys aren't having fun. You guys aren't engaged. You're blaming the game. You're blaming Riot. We know you're kind of the one that's in the wrong.
Every time. So I'm not enjoying the game. Nobody I'm playing with is enjoying it. But I still really want to finish this video up for you guys, because, you know, once I get all the...
There you go, he finally said it. He's not enjoying it, his friends aren't enjoying it. So stop playing. Don't blame Riot. Don't blame the game. You personally don't find it enjoyable. I find it enjoyable. I'm not going around saying it's the best game ever made. It's the best game I've ever played. But I'm not saying it's the best game ever made. Just like you shouldn't be saying it's the worst game ever, or whatever you're fucking trying to trash it. Saying it's boring and monotonous.
Footage assembled, and I've accomplished what I set out to do for the video. That's when I had my fun, making it come to life, you know, doing the editing, putting in the voiceover. That's the payoff for me. That's the enjoyable part. And I've been consistently putting out League videos since I started out on YouTube. So I emailed Riot. I said, hey, can you guys unban me so I can finish this video up? Now keep in mind, during my whole career of being the top guy promoting their game for 4 years, Riot has done almost nothing to help me out or promote me, and I emailed him for this first.
You're sounding a bit self-entitled there. You're basically saying, I deserve this, I deserve this. I mean, Riot didn't ask you to do this, you did this out of your own goodwill. Well, it doesn't seem that good, because you feel like you're entitled to some, I don't know, get out of jail free card just because you've been promoting the game. I mean, if I've been promoting the police force, yet I go, I don't know, rape some chick, and they put me in prison, I'm going, well, I've promoted, you know, the police academy for, you know, X amount of years. Don't I get some kind of, you know... I mean, if you're gonna be a dick, you're gonna get, you know, banned. It's kind of logical.
In only favor, and they respond to me, nope, you're toxic.
Fair point.
This is when I realized that this company doesn't appreciate me at all.
Well, no, not if you're going to support toxicity. If you're going to support being a dick, there's millions of people watching your video, and you're outing people, you know, showing their, you know, I don't know, summon a name and the shit they're doing, and making them out like there's some bad guy for playing a certain champ, or, you know, playing a certain way. And you're supporting toxicity when you've got, you know, millions of people watching you. You can see here it says 1 million subscribers. So you've got 1 million people watching you, and people are apparently enjoying your videos. Then, yeah, you're going to be reinforcing this shit. And they're not going to want to support you. You might support them by making the videos, but they don't want to support you. You know? Just because you support them doesn't mean they have to support you.
I stand for. I think multiplayer games should reward the time and practice you put into them, and that you should be able to call other people scumfuck bastards and connect with your friends and have fun playing with them. And
see, apparently you have fun insulting other people. So basically you've just said you're a bully. Because you said you should be able to do this and you should be able to have fun. So it seems like, I don't want to, you know, correlation doesn't equal causation, but you've got those two things there, and you're kind of defending them both, saying the game should be fun and you should be able to insult people. You go, obviously he finds insulting people fun because he thinks it's a part of the game. Come on, man. Don't be a bully.
League of Legends offers none of these things, so I'm done with it. I'm done playing League of Legends. I'll continue to play video games and make videos because it's my passion. I love to make you guys laugh. I want to keep making better videos, and I want to represent games that I truly enjoy. And League has lost my respect. It's lost the magic that...
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people have lost your respect.
It used to make it so fun for me, and it's lost its soul.
I think this might be the end of it. Fuck this. It's been a long video. Okay. Seems like there's some more shit after this.
Oh, this looks like interesting. Yep. I have now mastered Grit. I'm trying to remember the song I made for a cow. And no, not a sexy song. He thinks he's winning, he thinks he's real good. Then I go, bada boom, bada. This guy doesn't like to bring any quints. No.
Okay. I think that should be enough. Alright. That's basically everything I've got to say on the whole thing. But basically, yeah, he doesn't have fun playing the game, but he continues wanting to play it until he's banned. I mean, I don't enjoy Dunkey's videos. I've seen, you know, one video, no, I think probably about 3 videos now. This is my 3rd one, and I haven't found any of them entertaining. Apart from this one, this entertains me because it's just, I don't know, basically him just outing himself as a bully and, I don't know, not a nice person, which is quite funny considering you look at the likes and it's got way more likes than dislikes. So I'm not too sure if people are supporting him or what, but yeah, I mean, you got people. Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, about that. So, I don't enjoy his work. I just don't watch it. I don't keep watching it, complaining about it. That's basically what he's doing. He's watching, you know, YouTube videos from a certain channel and constantly disliking and posting your videos are shit. That's basically what he's doing. He's continuously playing a game that he says he doesn't enjoy. He says he just complains about it all the time until he's banned, and then he stops playing it. So I don't really know what's up with it. I don't know how old he is. He's probably got a lot to learn. He's probably quite young, which I can't sting him for that, but hopefully he'll learn from just this banning and maybe kind of think about what he's actually doing rather than just constantly, I don't know, feeling self-entitled like he's owed something just because he creates League videos and people enjoy his content. But yeah, I think I might just end the video here because it's getting up to 34 minutes. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and catch you later.